Hi there, keen traders. It is nice to be back in the flow. Everything will be kicking out back in tomorrow. We could have a lot more. We could have more volatility with more traders jumping into the market. Let's go through and look at our analysis on most of the majors, and then we'll see if we have any setups in the for fib trading tomorrow. But you can see if we start with the EURUSD. The 137.50 area right in here. So that's what I'm going to be looking for. Looking for a pullback and a break back down towards this resistance level around 134.50, and you can see we've had a lot of resistance around the 135, 134.50, and then another bounce higher, and we're looking for an extension up to the 137, 137.50 area. In the Great Britain USD, you can see, give me a second here. In the Great Britain USD, it seems to be eluding me there. Oh, not the USD Poland. Went to Poland earlier this year. It's actually a very interesting place. Okay, let's see. The Great Britain USD, you can see that this pair has firmly broken out of this consolidation range between 162.50 and we were on the wrong chart. You can see it's finally broken above this consolidation range between 163. Well, the year-to-date, the multi-year high here at one. I didn't just pull this out of thin air. On January 3rd, you can see that we had a push higher and we broke 163.70. So basically, the pair, very interestingly enough, is right where it started the year and at a high. So we could definitely see sellers come in at this point, or we could see a continued break higher. This is a pivot point, guys. This is definitely a yearly pivot. So you can see that we're going to watch this price action here, and I'm going to bet that there's a pretty good chance this thing rolls over here. But if we do get a break, then we'll be looking for a 50 fib and a pullback of a 50 fib and then an extension higher, and just see how long we can ride that pair. So it is definitely setting up for a trade for relatively quicker this week. The USD Swiss franc, let's see. This pair, I'm sure, it is one of the most unusual setups that's going on here. It is admiring its trend line, but it is continuing to push lower, and we obviously clearly broke our entry point there. And in all honesty, we could be short the pair here from around this 90.96. We'd be up at 40 pips, so it's not that exciting. But it isn't. You can obviously see that it's have some serious support at this 90.50 level, and the pair has bounced off that multiple times. So basically, we would have to see a break at this 90.50 level. If that's not the case, then we could look to go long this pair back up to the top of the range. Another interesting setup that I'm watching, similar to the EURUSD, is the Aussie USD, and this is this is a perfect setup right here. You can see that the pair moved back, bounced at the 0.382 fib, moved all the way up to the 0.272 fib, and a perfect reversal on the daily chart. And this reversal is pretty much done. We can see that the pair has come all the way back down, and it has come down, and it has come extremely close to the 0.786 fib, which would give us a nice Gartley pattern. And I would say that fib level is probably around the 90.20 level, and this could be a good down here, and I am not willing to take that sort of risk. So what I want to see is this pair come down and go below this 90 level, maybe to even the 88.90 level, and then go long. Give yourself 100, probably put your stops below this low. What is this low? 88.90. What is that low? Yeah, let's stick with the low there is 88.46. So put your stop there around 88.90, and then you could be looking for a definite reversal zone here, looking for a measured move higher, and we could shoot for a move all the way back up towards this 97 level. So this could be something that's definitely going to play out, and basically just putting a price alert here at this 89.90 level, and that's the trade I'm going to be looking for in the start of the week. So basically, I'm looking for a pullback in the Euro USD and a bounce lower in the Great Britain AUD to have an opportunity to go short. I mean, you could go. I'm going to go long. You could go long the Euro AUD. I mean the Aussie USD. Jeez, I'm sorry, Aussie USD right now, and look for a and just put a much larger stop, but I'm not really going to risk that many pips. Let's take a look at the I guess the rest of the majors. The New Zealand USD, we can see, let's get on a one-day chart. The pair is trying to consolidate below the breakout level, below the head and shoulders level. You know, the problem with this trade is everybody in God's earth is watching for this breakout right here on this head and shoulders pattern. So that almost makes me believe that the pair that's just not going to happen. And we're also thinking that the Aussie move lower is overextended. So if we get a bounce in the Oz, we're going to get a bounce in New Zealand, and then we could see a push higher, and we'd be looking for a push up towards the 84, 85, I mean just back into this zone. The USD JPY continues to push higher. This guy has a mind of its own. We could see a push up towards the 103.50 level in the short term. That's what I'd be looking for, but it is right in the middle of the range. At this point, it seems a little overextended. Would like to see a push back down before a bounce higher. And these yen pairs are just following course. They are all sitting right up at the top of those ranges. And I mean, that's top of ranges. They're breaking highs. I mean, they're just going into new territories here, and we will most likely see a pullback at some point. Things and that's not a nice candle whatsoever on the daily. And the city of Great Britain is not as bad, and we could see this definitely beginning to show signs of exhaustion. We could see a pullback down lower, and we would be looking for a move at least towards that 135.40 level. Maybe even the 134.46 level on a pushback down lower. Actually, the 134.50 level would be the ultimate because we have nice support, and it is the 50 fib from that move higher. Let's look now for the at the other setups in the for the fib tradings in the Aussie New Zealand. You can see that it might have worked out well on Friday. I haven't checked the charts yet. Aussie New Zealand. You can see that the pair did move back down on from Great Britain Oz. You can see the pair move back down after pushing much higher. Tagged off our 50 fib, and at 179.10, I got to 179.74. So yeah, that would have been a nice 60 pip move. Could have locked 50 fibs in, then back there would have closed out break even. Going into Friday though, let's take a look at, I mean on Monday. My brain's a little all over the place today. You can see that this pair could be forming definitely a top right here, and may not want to continue to push higher. That's not very nice. The candle works, it doesn't look that strong there, and I do remember on Friday that I was only looking for pushes low, push back down lower in those pairs. So what we're going to do in this crosses right now, heading into the beginning of the week, I'm going to look for a push down lower in both of these pairs. So we're going to run our levels right here, right now, and you can see when the market's open, what I'd like to see around the Asian Open is a push lower and then a bounce back on this line that we can go short on. Looking for it to 179.80 level, looking for a push down to that 178.50. And that would give us a nice setup to start the week. Let me change that. And let's check out the Great Britain New Zealand. You can see that this pair didn't set up well at all on Friday. I can tell already just by looking at this that was nice. Well, actually, no, it did actually set up pretty nicely. You can see that the pair came, bounced back down, found buyers right around the 200 level. Could have locked in a nice 100 pips right there, actually. On that move higher, but the move actually hit at 10 o'clock. Would have closed trial to close all the trades around 1400 on Friday, so that could have been a nice 100 pips. So what we're going to watch heading into the new week once again is I'm still looking for a move lower in this pair, and we'll have to see. We'll watch the price action and let that dictate that to us, but we're obviously looking for a push back up towards that 200 level, and there's some serious support at this 2070 level. 270 level. So we're gonna have to watch this, and no clear-cut direction, but I will be favoring a push lower in that cross. Let's go ahead and take a look at the yen crosses, which, as we already talked about, are sitting up there in very high levels, and we could see in both those pairs a pullback in the near-term future. Let's see what we have in the USD JP in the Great Britain JPY. The pair just continues to slowly, begrudgingly push higher, and what we'll have to see now is if the pair can continue this movement. But I mean, it is due for a pullback, and all I'm going to be interested in these crosses is finding a pullback, a certain pullback. So I'm not going to go long any of these trades. I will need a pullback below and look for a pushback down. Same thing in the Euro JPY. All right, those are the setups into the new week. Looking to once again go get into the Aussie USD long and get into the Euro USD on a push down lower towards the 134.50 in the long term. In the Great Britain USD, looking for a firm break of that range, but we could see the pair rolling over, which would take the other the Great Britain and Great Britain New Zealand pairs down with it. All right, everybody, have a great remainder of the weekend, and I will see you in the AM.